Good day, everybody, from the guy in the corner. Today we're going to focus on our fifth step, which is the close. Now, the part of the close that we're going to focus on today is not the objections if they're not accepting your transaction, because that's a whole other topic. But what we will focus on is what you do when they do say yes and what you do when they don't agree. So you need an exit strategy. So one thing about the close, you have your formal proposition, and what I strongly suggest is the power of the pen. And of course, because it's a formal proposition on paper, this is how you should approach it. Two things to keep in mind. It's always best to negotiate not face to face. Now, some people would say, yeah. I say no. And the reason I say no is because face to face can be a little intimidating. What I would suggest is that you, with our rounded desks today, and if you don't have a rounded desk, just kind of swing over a little bit, be almost knee to knee, have the paper on the desk, review the proposal with your customer, the pen is there. Once you get down to saying, 48 months or 65, all I need you to do is just initial here, and then we'll get the process going to have your vehicle delivered for Thursday or Friday. That's it. Wait for the response. Response is positive. You've just sold a car. Great. Congratulate your customer. Then just explain to him the next process, next step is that you're going to excuse yourself for a few minutes to go see your F&I, to give him a heads up, help explain the deal so that way your F&I can get ready for your customer. Just explain that's all you're going to do. And while you're doing that, as we have discussed in our process, give them the beginning of the credit app so you can kindly ask them to start filling that out to get the process started. Then you go see your F&I, and then from there we have a whole process for that. If you don't make the deal, it's not working out, no deal that particular night, afternoon or morning, you need an exit strategy. So the exit strategy is going to be the following. Hopefully your manager has met your customer early. If that's the case, then it's really easy to say to the customer, listen, I appreciate your time, appreciate the evening. I understand you need to think about it, whatever the reason might be. I know my manager would just like to say a quick hello before you go. And bring over your manager, have your manager come over, and once your manager comes over, this is a great opportunity to just kind of excuse yourself, say you got to go park the vehicle or do a little something, but you'll be back in a few minutes. And the reason why you want to do that is just to let your manager have a chance and an opportunity to talk to your customer without you being around. And sometimes things will surface what your customer wouldn't tell you because you were around. After a few minutes, come back, let your manager kind of wave you in or give you a signal that it's okay to kind of come back in the conversation. We're not closing a deal still. And then you just want to go with this approach. It's just very professional and it's very homey, meaning you want to do what they call a grandma exit. So think about it when you had suppers on those Sunday afternoons, and when supper was over and the evening was over, your grandma never let you just walk out of the house. She would always accompany you to the door, hugs, kisses, goodbyes, and you're on your way. Please do the same thing with your customers. Maybe not the hugs, kisses, and goodbyes, but do bring your customer to the door and even to their car. And at this point, you always leave your customer with a little bit of hope, and just stating, listen, hopefully I've answered all your questions this evening, but things could change. We might get more for your trade, or rates could change, or programs could change, but just remind them that in the morning you're going to be discussing their file, because you always have a meeting the very next day, and if something comes up and we have some great news for you or something's changed, do you mind if I give you a call? The customer is going to give you their okay, their blessing, and then you're moving on to the follow-up, so which will be our next topic, the follow-up. So again, just a quick review as you're closing the deal: the power of the pen, the power of the paper, and the power of getting knee to knee as opposed to face when presenting those numbers. You've made the deal. Congratulate them. Remind them now that you're gonna go see your F&I, get their file ready, have them fill that paper while you're doing that. If you don't make the deal, manager should be saying hello, goodbye. Try not to be present during that time. Just excuse yourself, come back, grandma, exit, give a little bit of hope, and we're off to the races. And we're going to close that deal in the future, even though we didn't close it that particular day. So hopefully this has been helpful. Any questions, comments, please don't hesitate. I appreciate it. And have a great day. Great selling from the guy in the corner.